Greetings, boys and girls. It is now time for Reader's Workshop. We're having fun learning reading today. Reading today is fun. We learn from our success. We learn from everyone. We're having fun learning reading today. Reading today is fun. We learn from our success. We learn from everyone. We're learning to think. Think today. Thinking today is fun. Thinking helps solve problems. Some problems helps everyone. We're learning to think. Think today. Thinking today is fun. Thinking helps solve problems. Some problems helps everyone. Boys and girls, can you read our learning target with me? I can identify what an author wants to explain or describe. Great job, boys and girls. Let's review our vocabulary words. Fact. Remember, a fact is something that is true. It's real information, and it can be proven. If I say the tree has green leaves, I can prove that by showing you the leaves on the tree. An opinion is something that you think or feel. It is not true information for everyone. For example, green trees make me smile. Well, is that true for everyone? No. So that's an opinion. Our other vocabulary words are informational texts. Informational texts are books and passages that give facts about different topics such as sports, animals, science, space, and more. Remember, an author writes for three main reasons. The first reason is an author writes informational text to answer a question. Questions like, why does it rain? Or, how do squirrels climb trees? Remember, to look for a question mark at the beginning of the passage to see if the author is asking a question, and then after the question, he or she is answering that question. An author also writes informational text to describe people, places, events, or things. For example, an author might write a book about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. That's a person that they're going to give information about. An author might write a book about the first Olympics. That's an event that the author might write about and give you more information. Remember, look for adjectives or words that describe how things look, feel, taste, smell, or what they do. An author also writes an informational text to explain how to do things or to explain how things happen. For example, cookbooks with recipes inside explain how to make something. Science books with experiments in them explain what to do, using steps like step 1, step 2, step 3, or using transition words like first, next, then, and last. Now let's look at our passage for today and answer the question together. Remember, we look at the answer choices first. Then we go to the passage because the answer choices give us a purpose for reading. A says to explain how to get organized. Can you find the key word in that answer choice? That's right, boys and girls, to explain. Remember, explain means the author is using transition words like first, next, then, and last. The author might also be using numbers to give us steps in a process. Answer choice B says to answer who needs to get organized. Do you know what the key word is in this answer choice? That's right, to answer. That means there is a question being asked at the beginning of the passage, and the author answers that question. Finally, C says to describe being organized. Can you tell me what the key word is in that answer choice? That's right, boys and girls. Describe. Remember, describe means to use words that tell you how something looks, or maybe feels, or maybe tastes, okay, or sounds. Now, it's time to read the passage. Can you help me read? How to get organized. 1. Keep a daily planner. 2. Keep all of your important papers in one place. 3. Use shoe boxes to store small things. 4. Every night, get your backpack ready and lay out your clothes for the next day. 5. Clean out your backpack every Friday after school. Boys and girls, did the author explain how to get organized? Did he or she use transition words like first, next, then, or last? Or maybe numbers to give us steps? Yes! It says how to get organized, and then there are numbered steps to tell you exactly what to do to get and stay organized. All right, so A looks like it might be the best answer choice, but remember, we want to slash the trash and pick the best answer last. So let's leave A alone and look at answer choice B. B says to answer who needs to get organized. Remember, to answer means there's a question being answered. Do you see a question at the beginning of this passage that the author answers? Do you see any question marks? No. So the author is not answering a question. So let's slash the trash for B. Now let's look at C. To describe being organized. Remember, describe means to use words that tell you how something looks or feels, smells, or tastes. Well, I see some things that tell us how something should look. Keep all of your papers in one place. Maybe store small things in shoe boxes. I don't see very many adjectives here or other descriptive words. I do see a few. So, C is a good answer, but which answer is the best answer? Yes, A, to explain how to get organized, because I see numbers throughout the passage that give the steps to getting organized. So let's slash the trash for C and circle the best answer last, which is A. Great job, boys and girls. Now it's time for you to read a passage on your own. Remember, read the answer choices first. Look for key words in the answer choices and think about what they mean. Then, read the passage. Go back, slash the trash, pick the best answer choice last, and prove your answer. Pause the video and have fun. Welcome back, boys and girls. Are you ready to read and check your answer with me? Here we go. Remember, we read the answer choices first. A says, to explain how people live on the moon. What is the key word here? That's right, explain. That means use time order words or transition words like first, next, then, and last, and or use numbers to show steps. B B says to answer if people can live on the moon. What's the key word? That's right, answer. That means there is an answer to a question that the author asked at the beginning of the passage. And C says to describe living on the moon. What's the key word? That's right, describe. That means adjectives are being used, or words that tell us how things look, smell, taste, or feel. Now, can you read the passage with me again? Here we go. Can people live on the moon? The moon is quite different from Earth. The moon's ground is covered in 10 to 50 feet of dust. There is no air that people can breathe. A day and a night there each lasts 2 weeks. And the temperatures are very cold. Wow, boys and girls, maybe you can do more research about living on the moon. Now, let's answer the question at hand. Is our answer to explain, to answer a question, or describe? Well, explain. Did we see any transition or time order words here? No, we did not. Slash the trash. B, to answer if people live on the moon. Was there a question that was later answered? Look at the beginning of the passage. Yes! Can people live on the moon? And there's a question mark there. Great job. And then the author answers that question if a person can live on the moon. So B looks like it might be the best answer choice. But remember, we want to slash out all of the trash first and then pick the best answer last. C says to describe living on the moon. Boys and girls, let's see if we see any describing words or adjectives. Well, it does talk about the moon is covered in 10 to 50 feet of dust, so that describes how the moon may look. There's no air, and the temperatures are very cold. So C is also a good answer choice. But what's the best answer choice? What answer would we choose first? What stands out to us the most in this passage? That's right, to answer a question. Can people live on the moon? That is the first sentence we see, and the author uses all of the other sentences to answer that question. Boys and girls, let's slash C and pick the best answer last. B, to answer if people can live on the moon. Did you get your answer correct? If you did, pat yourself on the back. If not, just fix your work. Boys and girls, let's review what we've learned today. Remember, an author writes for 3 main reasons: to answer a question, to describe something, or to explain something. If you think about a nice, refreshing glass of lemonade, then think about the last 3 letters of lemonade, A-D-E. A means to answer a question. Remember, look for a question mark. D means to describe something. Remember to look for adjectives. And E means to explain something. Remember, look for transition words like first, next, and last, or maybe numbers and steps. Now, it's time for you to have more fun and read some of your Just Right books for at least 20 minutes today. Then, write about your book using one of your book response forms. If you don't have any book response forms left, you can just write what happened in your book Maybe something that was your favorite part of the book and why it was your favorite part. Or something that you did not like about the book and why you did not like it. Or maybe a lesson you learned or a moral you learned from reading the book. After that, you can log into Headsprout or Freckle using Mrs. Hefner's blog as a link. I've also linked in more online reading practice so you can practice even more with Author's Purpose. Have fun reading!